Hey everyone, I wanted to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you to all my subscribers, all 810 of you. I appreciate you all. Thank you for coming along on this journey so far where we go out and look for wildlife and we try and capture that moment, or I try and capture that moment that I see out in the bush, and I bring it to the camera and to you guys as well. I appreciate every single like and comment and view that I have received. You are helping me to create and have created a space where we can learn about nature. Moving now into more so my focus has been the podcast and seeing how people are able to work with nature and wildlife and like how they got there. It's kind of morphed into that kind of space and less of the wildlife out adventuring, which you likely have noticed. So I have some exciting news today, and that is that I'm going to be changing the name of the channel officially to the name of the podcast, which is Working with Wildlife. This podcast has become a huge part of my focus over the past year, and I want to keep bringing this kind of content to you guys. And by aligning the name of the channel and the podcast, it's going to help me better serve you, the viewer, and give you the kind of content and information that you're looking for. And don't worry, I am still going to be focusing on wildlife, which is what this channel is entirely about, but with a deeper kind of root to what I'm wanting to explore and bring across to you is that it's the small things in life that can end up mattering the most or leaving the biggest impact. With the outdoors adventure kind of content that I started this channel off with doing, it was seeing those small moments and showing the adventure that it can be. But now moving to the podcast style side of things is looking at the small moments in other people's lives and then hopefully helping you to see the small moments that happen in your life that can have such a big impact, even though you might not see it in the moment. So the content is still wildlife based, but it's slightly changing in the way it might be seen. So without you, the channel is nothing pretty much. I want to create this content and I want to be able to serve you in the best way possible. So give me feedback, would love to hear it. Don't hold back. And this is just the beginning. I am super excited for what is coming. We are at the end of 2024, moving into 2025, and I am pumped for what next year holds. Not just for this podcast, for this channel. I'm working on something else as well at the moment. It's slightly adjacent to the podcast, but I'm hoping to be able to bring it to you hopefully in the near future. So I want to say thank you again for subscribing, viewing, and listening to the stories of the guests that I have on. There has been some really cool information, not just information, stories and experiences of those who work with nature, and I love working with nature, and I want to know how I can work in these different areas, and I hopefully can, with hearing these stories of these guests, help you have a better idea of how you can work with wildlife and work in the field that you are so passionate in working, passionate to work in. I invite you to continue to follow along the journey of this channel and this podcast. And if you haven't heard about this podcast until now, welcome. There's some exciting stuff coming up ahead. So, without further ado, let the adventure continue.